Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the terminal. Teach you the basics of it, and then we can go further in depth into more advanced topics with the command line. I will be touching a broad spectrum of stuff in this video, kind of how file systems work, how folders and directories all work together, and then yeah, just show you commands and how to manipulate data and stuff like that. So, starting out here is this is our Linux Mint machine. We just have a basic terminal. This is the bash terminal, right? So what that is born again shell. There's different terminals you can add in here. So different terminals would be like fish shell, Alacrity, and a lot of others. But today we're just going to be focusing on the bash shell. Firstly, when you're running your Linux Mint machine, we're going to teach you how to update your machine first and foremost. So, using any Debian package manager, your command to update packages is going to be apt, apt. So, this is the apt package manager. To run it, you're going to run sudo. So this means superuser do. And so all this means is you're using elevated permissions to run said command. So you can run any command here after it, right? And so it's like running it as admin in Windows. So sudo superuser do apt, and then you have options here. So you can do search. So you can search for like a package, let's say like Firefox, right? You can search for Firefox. So anytime you do sudo, it's going to ask for your password. So we're going to put our password in, and then there you go. So it pulls up all these search results in the package manager. So let's do another one. So clear will clear out the screen. So what's nice about Linux Mint is we have a package manager already built in. There it is. Boom. Software manager. So once that comes up, I'll show you. There we go. So we could say like Firefox, right? So we're searching for Firefox. And so here's the app. There's different versions too. So doing this, come up to software manager, right? So go and search Firefox like that. It's basically the same thing as doing sudo apt. So this is the package manager. And then search Firefox, right? So what we just did is basically the same thing. We'll search here, and these are all the packages. Now, these are different language packages, so we're not going to go into that, but this is the main, see, Firefox web browser. So we're going to go to clear. Now, sudo apt, we're going to do update. This is going to go through and update all of your packages. So this manages all of your software. So it's going to go out and grab these directories from mirrors, and then it's going to patch them and update them. So I'm already up to date, but typically it would show that what packages need updates, and then you're also going to, so if you need to recall the other command, just press up on the keyboard, sudo apt update, and we're just gonna go upgrade. So that would apply the updates of all the other packages to them to update all the packages. Now that your machine is updated, I'm going to show you probably the most important command, which is going to be ls. So ls means list, right? So I pulled up, this is the file explorer, and you see in here we have desktop, downloads, pictures, templates, videos, right? Music. So this is the same directory. This is doing the same thing. So when you do ls, you're basically like opening this up and you're viewing all of these here. Okay? And so these are all directories, they're all blue. So I made this. So I made this new folder here, so we're just going to jump into it real quick. And so I have some files here and another folder. So another command is going to be cd, so change directory. So all the directory is just a folder, all right? So cd into terminal. So this is the terminal folder we're in. We're changing into it. I'm going to change directory from the home folder. This is the home folder. We're going into terminal, right? So now we're in terminal. Now we're going to ls again. So we're going to list what is in this folder. Look at that. So this blue one, this is a folder, and all these white ones are files, right? So .txt. Another thing you do with ls is do tac l. So this is list long, and then a is to list everything. So list all. So list long all. These are called flags. So a lot of commands have flags, have different options to run, just different options of this command. So if we do regular ls, see, it prints out the files like this. lsla runs this right here. This is how it's organized. So we have files, and then we have a folder. So what these are right here is permissions. So this is like root permissions, read, write, execute. And then this is group permissions, read, write, execute. And then this is the current user's permissions. So whoever's logged in running this command, this is their permissions. So also read, write, execute. If it's a dash, so this dash here means that whoever's in the group does not have write permissions, but they can read the file and they can execute the file. All right, and then this D right here means that it's a directory. So this is our directory, right? It's a folder, a directory. We talked about that. And then this dash here, so these are just files. You got these three files here. Another secret is to, if you do cd with no commands, right? So typically we would do change directory to folder, right? We're going to change into another directory. If you just leave it blank and hit enter, we go back to our home directory, which would be like going back here, right? So another command is pwd, print working directory. So this directory right here is, it's going to be /home/PCMoses, right? That's this directory. So if we go here to print what directory am I in, got slash, which is the root directory, home, and then /PCMoses. So this is the user. So PCMoses here, this is your home directory. So in Linux, the base folder where everything is stored in your whole system is right here. It's root. So I can show you. If you do cd ... that means go up a directory. So we're going from this directory, PCMoses, to the home directory. See, now we're in home. So do ls. In the home directory, right, we have the user file. And we're also going to cd ... again. Now, you see this right here? This is, we're in the root directory. All right. In the root directory, you have all these crazy files. And so these are all a bunch of different files and folders that run your whole system. So you have executables, binaries, services, all this different stuff. All the programs that run the entire computer system. This is it. They're all sorted out into different things. I will put up a picture of like a directory map here of the Linux directory, so you can know what that is about. And then you can pause the video and just take a look in it. How I think of it is like it's like a tree. So you have the root directory, and you have all these branches that go out, and they each go, you know, some go farther than others, right? So from here, I'm just going to go back to the home directory. So we're going to go cd with no options, right? And just hit enter. Or back to the home. So pwd print working directory. We're back at our home folder, which is right here. So I'm going to clear real quick so this looks a bit cleaner. cd into terminal here. So right here I have this partially completed, right? And I want to change directory into this terminal directory. Here, I'm just going to hit tab, and it'll finish typing that out for me. And now another option here is if I hit tab again, it will bring up the other folder. So if I go in here, there's terminal, open this up. Now there's folder. So if I just hit tab here, tab again, there's nothing else. So I'll show you if you go in this folder, there's no more directories to go further into. And so we'll just jump from here. We'll go from here to the terminal and then to folder right here. We're just making those jumps. We're gonna hit enter. Now we're in this folder directory. I'm going ls empty file. All right. So I'll show you if you open this up. There's nothing in here, right? This is blank. So one other command is going to be cat. So cat, all it does is takes the contents of a file and then prints it out to the machine. So we're going to cat. I'm going to do tab complete here again. You see emp empty, right? And I hit tab, empty file. Hit enter. Well, nothing came out because there's nothing in here. So another thing we can do is we can input data into a file from here. So we're going to use the echo command. So echo basically just says, hey, take whatever this is, and then you can do something with it. So we're going to echo hello world, right? And to include a space, you need quotations, because if you just say echo hello, it will think this is what you're echoing, and then this, they think it's a command. So after that, right? So this is how you separate commands. So with the space character. So we're going to echo hello world, and then we're going to do /. This is just going to take this and put it into, and then we're going to say empty file. And so with one caret here, it will replace anything that's currently in here, and then just put this. If we put 2 carets, then it will append to the end of the file. So if there's already like words in this file, and we do hello world caret caret, it will just tack this on to the bottom. So let's just try, we'll just try this one, and then I'll open this up. You see we're echoing hello world into this hello world. Now, if I do, we're going to use the up arrow again, you can add another caret. I'm going to say add this to the bottom, hit enter. All right, so I'm going to reopen this to show you. There you go. You got hello world, and then this is at the bottom. Now if we go back up to the first command we did with this, just that. All right, I'm going to hit enter again. And it's going to replace this whole file and then input just this again into this. So now we open it. Now it's just hello world again. All right. So going back to the cat command, you can cat empty file. Well, it's not empty anymore. It's got hello world in it. So we're going to cd ... to go up from folder to terminal. So I went from folder to terminal. So we're back in terminal. All right, so we're going to ls again. So ls So we see we got our folder here, and then cat file1, file2. Okay. So now we can cat. So we're calling the cat command on the cat file. So this is the contents of the cat.txt file. Hello world question mark, right? There you go. Hope we're getting the gist of this. Cat just takes whatever's in this file and prints it out to the screen here. So now we got file1 and file2. I'm going to teach you diff. So diff. So what diff is what's the difference between file1 and file2. All right. So this compares these two files, and then it prints out to the screen the difference between these files. So I'll open file1. Crazy amount of data here. I love coffee, right? Here's file1, and then here's file2. It's the same thing here, but this extra line is on it. So here's file1, here's file2. So this is the difference. This is what is different between these two files. So this shows up the difference of file1, file2. Let's move back to folder. All right. We're going to do RM. So RM is remove. Okay? This is like going, we'll go in here, and like if you right click here and click delete, this is RM. Same thing. You can do it with folders also. So RM, empty file. We're going to hit enter, and this is going to go away. Boom. It's gone. All right. To delete a folder, you do rm dash, I believe it's rf. This R is recursive, and then I believe the F is for folder. So this means delete everything inside the folder. Right? So if a folder is not empty, using just the rm command won't work. It'll fail. So using rf says, hey, I don't care what's in this folder, just get rid of it and delete everything inside of it. So another command is going to be touch. So touch is basically just means, hey, make a file. So we're going to do touch, and then we're going to say the name of the file. So we're going to say new file. And there it is. It's opened up right here. So you can also do a new do this same command, like creating a new file, using Nano. What Nano is a text editor. So this allows you to edit a file in the command line. So we're going to say Nano file3. Here we go. So right now, you're in the Nano text editor. I can say, this is file3. Cool beans. And now we're going to hit this up arrow is control. So hold control and X. And then it asks you to save. So you press Y to save, or no to not save, or control C to cancel. So we're going to hit Y. So we're saved it. And now it's asking you, what do you want the file name to be? Well, file3 is what we named it. So we're just going to hit enter. And there we go. We got file3. Open it up. It's file3. Cool beans. All right. Another text editor is Vim. So if we say Vim file3, enter. You see this contents here. This is file3. Cool beans. This is file3. Cool beans. So Vim is a little bit harder to use. This is another text editor. Boom. So Vim has different modes and different stuff, but since if you're following along, if you're in Vim, you're just gonna hit escape, and then hold shift, and then this one right here on your pinky, and then we're going to write W for write, like writing to the file, and then Q, quit. If you want to force the action, you're going to add an exclamation mark, right? So hit enter. So now we open this again. Boom. This is added in there. So I'll go in depth on text editors in another video, so just look out for that in the future. So what if you want to make a folder, right? So instead of going here and doing like create new folder or create new document, right? So we use the touch command to make a file. And then we're going to say mk, so make directory. Make directory. We're going to call this, let's just say beans. So we can store all our beans. There you go. Boom, we got beans. Look at that. Going back to folder. Another command is move. Let's say I want to drag and drop this into here. Boom, that moved, right? Well, if I move new file, so I'm saying move this, and it's going to be like, where do you want to move it to? Well, we're going to say beans, right? And hit enter. Now if we go into beans, look, they're both here. So you can also move, let's just say move new file. Oh, we gotta move. So we're currently in this folder. We gotta change directory to beans. Now ls, see what's in here, right? Now we're gonna move new file to, let's just say we want to put it in our home folder. Let's put it right here. So I'm going to put it here to home, PC Moses. All right, this is this folder right here. So you can write out the path, file path for the move command. And you can also do this with other commands too. Like if I want to CD, I can CD all out through this and like just jump back and forth between this stuff. But we're going to move this command right here. Enter. Now if we go over here, there's the new file. We moved it from beans all the way over to here. But if we pwd print working directory, we're still in the beans folder, right? We just moved it to home, right here, home, then PC Moses, right? Right there. All right. Now, if we ls, let's go back to beans. We got file 3. Let's copy file 3. CP, let's copy. And then we're going to go file 3. And now, what should we name it? Let's say file 4. Look at that. Open this. It's file 3, cool beans, text editor. Now if I open file 4, same thing. They are the same. It's pretty cool. So another command we can use is going to be who am I? So if you're ever logged into a computer or hop on someone else's computer and they're logged in, you can find out their username by saying who am I? Hit enter. PC Moses. That's me. That's the username I made for this account. So another command I can show you is the ls here. So we got file 3, file 4. Actually, let's do ls tech la. So these are the permissions of file 3 and file 4. They're the same. So I'm going to change the mod. So these are like mods, right? You can read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. This is the user, right? So current logged in user. This is a group permissions, and then this is the root permissions. So I'll go over root in a second. We're going to chmod, going to add execute to, let's just say file 3. So if I lsla again, See, file 3 has execute permissions, right? And also change color so we can execute it. But file 4 does not have execute permissions, right? Another thing we can do is chmod, let's just say 777. So remember these 3 octets here, right? Each number is a different value. So 7 is read, write, and execute, right? So these bottom ones are all going to change to read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. Because these 7 values are on all 3 of these octets. So we're going to do that to file 4. There we go. So read, write, execute, read, write, execute, read, write, execute. See? So let's clear this out. So how do I know how to do that with chmod, right? There's a command called man. So if you want to read the manual, you just type man. Hey man, I want to read the manual of chmod. All right. Boom, guess what? We are in the manual pages of the command chmod. So this is the command, then you have options, right? Modes, file, etc., etc. This is how to use this command. This has description in here, which will tell you how to use this command in depth. It goes way, way in depth. How to use different things, how to set multiple files, you know. So the options here, right? Remember those flags I was talking about? So this is C, the C options, this changes. All right, this is like verbose, but report only when a change is made. All right, F is silent, B is verbose. This, you know, displays output as it's being done. Has all this different stuff. So I'm just gonna hit Q, quit. So if you don't like reading a bunch of mumbo jumbo, like I do, I would suggest you get TLDR. Too long, didn't read, right? So, or I'm going to show you how to get TLDR because it's not installed by default, typically. So we're going to go sudo superuser do again apt install. So we're installing TLDR, the package TLDR. All right, so mine is already installed, but yours will probably install. You got to press Y to accept the install, and then you should have the command. So once you have TLDR, you're going to do -- update. This is going to go and grab all of the descriptions of the commands. So now if I go TLDR cat. All right, let's clear this out. TLDR cat. So this just gives an abbreviated notion of the man pages. So print and concatenate files, right? Print the contents of a file to standard output. So standard output is just the execute part of these commands. So by TLDR chmod, right? Because this is a confusing command. It's got a lot of options. This just says change the access permissions of a file or directory, right? So this shows you kind of a faster rundown of different options, you know, to use. So we did the numbers one, the 777 or whatever, but you can there's different number keys, you can look those up, but this is the U command plus X. So we're giving the execute permission to the user part. ls-la. So right here, this is the root 3, this is the group 3, and then this is the user part. So if we want to add, you know, write permissions, we'd go chmod to the user, and then W plus W. We're adding W to, you know, this section here. It'll be that. So if you want to learn more about commands, TLDR, I highly recommend it. You could do that for any command. You could do CD, ls, all this different stuff. So if you want to become a professional hacker, read the TLDR pages or the man pages. That's way more in depth, but it does take some time to get up to speed and learn that. Another command is ifconfig. So what this does is, it's like if you ever run Windows, ipconfig. I don't know why they changed it to F, but it's ifconfig, ifconfig. So right here, this is my Ethernet card, basically. You might have like a wireless card here, and then LL, this is a loopback address. So this is used for like running tests on your personal machine. If you don't have two computers to like send files back and forth from, you just kind of send it to this 127.00.1 address, and it just loops right back to you. So you can test if your networking is working on your local machine for your commands and stuff. So if you ever need to know your IP address, do ifconfig. Right here, this is the wireless card, and it says up running, blah, blah, blah. Here's your address. Here's your net mask, right? Broadcast address. Boom, right there. So another thing we can do is ping. So if I need to ping an address, say google.com, I hit enter. Typically in Windows, you just have 4 pings go, then it stops. In Linux, it's just going to keep on keeping on. It's going to keep going until you tell it to stop. So to stop a running command like this, hold Control and hit C. So Control C is canceled and stopped the command. So if we TLDR ping, right? We can add the -C for a count, right? If I want to ping 4 packets to the host, I would say ping for a count of 4 to google.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, and it automatically stops. So this is like a great use of the TLDR pages. If you want to learn something, different options for command, boom, right there. So you have I, if you want to have it just ping for a number of seconds and stuff. Shows you different options that you can use for all the commands. So I'm going to teach you head. So I edited this file, and we have the bottom of this file. We have all this middle space, and then we have right here the top of the file. So if we want to see the head of the file, head file 4, this gives the first, I don't know, 8 or 10 lines of the file. So if you're looking for a certain file and it has, you don't want to just sit here and click through all this, be like, that's not it. Oh, that's not it. You can just do like head file 4, and it'll show you just the top really quick. And so if you're just looking for files, you can also do tail. So you have head and tail. So it's the top and the bottom portions of the file. Right, so we get down here. This is the bottom, right? We're at the bottom, this is the top of the file. So just some helpful stuff. Like if you're trying to read a log file, you just do the tail, and that's usually the most recent, event that happened. So if you just want to run tail, blah, 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 log file, you can read that really quick. So we're going to teach you grep. So grep, what grep does is look for a certain string in files. So if I grep ASDF to file 4, it will show every line with ASDF in it, right? I do the same grep the V, right? These are all the lines with V in them, right? Because, you know, if we go in here, it's a bunch of random ASDF and V, you know. So, if I want to grep this is, let's just copy that real quick. So, grep, if I put in, so to paste into the command line, you hold Shift and Control, and then hit V, and it'll paste your clipboard. Remember how I said when spaces happen, weird stuff starts to happen? So, do file 4. It says no such file or directory. If I go up here, I add quotations, right? So we want to include the space and then is, right? This is as one string. So it finds it here. So I hope you guys learned a lot in the command line here today. I helped to make you feel a little bit more comfortable using these commands. Always remember to use TLDR or the man pages. Those will help you out a lot in your journey to learning new shell commands. We can go further into scripting and customizing our terminal in another video in the future, so be sure to look out for that. PC Moses here. If you liked the video, leave a like down below. Comment. Let me know how I did. Follow me to be set free. See you in the next video.